Hi everyone. So fairly recently I got an email from a friend who is looking for me to do an arrangement. I've done some arrangements for them before. This is for their Clarinet Quintet, and now he's asking me for another arrangement. And this time it's an Afrikaans Medley, and they're looking for about 10 minutes. And so I thought, why don't I use this as an opportunity to show the audience on YouTube my kind of process for arranging a medley. And so I'll make regular updates on how I'm doing. Maybe you can even chip in with some of your suggested techniques for arranging a medley of tunes. And here's my kind of workflow. So the first thing I did was copied all the text from the emails because I don't want to keep referring back to my emails, and I've just put it all in a document. This includes, sometimes we've had communication about videos, music that they might want in the medley. These are some options. My responses, we've also got things about the payment, the instrumentation, the ability of the players, all those kind of things, and it's useful to have that in one place. So that's my first step, is to just make sure that I've got all my information in one place. My next step is to go and listen to these songs. I do not know Afrikaans music very well, and so I needed to go and listen to some of these songs, hear some other arrangements perhaps. They also sent me some examples of medleys that other people have done, obviously not for Clarinet Quintet. And then I've made notes on, if I think that I can find music for it, if I like the melody, some particular characteristics about it, if I perhaps don't think I want to use that particular song, and why. The next thing I did was to create a new MuseScore project and just have it with all my settings that I'd like to have it. And this is, of course, for our clarinets, 4 clarinets plus bass clarinet and piano. They have given us the option of having 3 clarinets and 2 bass clarinets. Might still be necessary, but so far I'm going to stick with the standard clarinet quintet and then plus piano. And what I'll actually do here is save this, but also save as, let's just go back to our file, save as, and obviously keep everything in the right folder. This is good. And I'm going to save this as a template. What I want to do now is, for each of the songs that I want to include, I want to make basically an orchestration, an arrangement, a fairly faithful arrangement of each song on its own, or perhaps just the sections of song that I'll be using, and have them each in their own MuseScore file that I can copy and paste out of with the same instrumentation, and not have to worry about what instruments I'm copying from and all of that kind of thing. So I'm really trying to do this methodically. So as part of listening to the different songs, I've also gone to MuseScore.com, where I have a subscription, a pro subscription, which means that I can then find certain songs like Lig op die Horizon, and there are 2 options for this, and this means that I will not have to look as long for sheet music, and I can already have something to work with, which will help quite a lot. So what I generally tend to do is to just download as many as I can, as many as there are, and then see what kind of things I have to work with. So this can be a great resource when making medleys, especially for popular music, but even this Afrikaans music I'm finding a fair amount on here, which is great. Alright, so I better go and do some orchestrating. See you when I've done some of that. Bye for now.